When I was young, learning was about passing exams. That was important to me, and that's why I learned. Over the years, though my views on it have become much less rigid, I can't say I've spent a huge amount of time thinking about learning. And then, around Christmas time, I got given a Rubik's Cube, and it sparked something in me. At first, I thought about this little puzzle very plainly, a work Secret Santa gift that I was grateful for. After that, I couldn't help fiddling around with it, turning each side this way and that, getting it thoroughly messed up, and laughing with others about my somewhat unforeseen urge to solve the bloody thing. And so I set myself the challenge, out of badness and frustration more than anything, to learn to solve it. My only thought was YouTube. How modern. I opened my laptop and got a tutorial up. Hours passed as I fiddled and followed and slowly saw bits falling in, then out, then back into place again. As layer after layer started to return to their original state, I considered the fact that truly, I'd not really solved anything here. I hadn't worked anything out for myself. I'd followed, I'd written down, I'd memorised, and that had helped me make progress. Yet here I was, after many hours, with a solved Rubik's Cube, something I'd never managed to achieve myself before. And I found myself in a surprisingly proud and all-conquering mood. After admiring it for a while, it lost its shine. And so I messed it up and started again. This time, I tried to get rid of the tutorial. I remembered the language, the patterns, and the initial algorithms to solve it step by step. It was, in fact, just a memory game. Each time I messed it up, I returned to the tutorial less and less, until only one step eluded me, and by that point it was time for bed. The next night, I tried the same, making sounds and recalling acronyms of how and where to turn each side. And then I completed it, once, with no tutorial, and that, for me, was enough. I'll be honest, while recording this, I did have to revisit the tutorial for the final part of the puzzle, because instead of remembering how to fully solve it, I was instead thinking about the lessons it taught me about learning. The Rubik's Cube isn't the problem of our time. Very few people can complete it, but the answers are out there, accessible to pretty much everyone. And by teaching myself to solve one even just once, I used those answers that were already available. I used the knowledge and skill of others to propel myself forward. I think this technique can be applied to any professional or problem-solving scenario you might find yourself in. We, as humans, can often beat ourselves up over not truly solving a problem, not having an idea that changes the world. We are, though, living in a time where we can learn so much so quickly and bring ourselves to a point of knowledge, understanding and experience where we can start to tackle new challenges, ones that haven't yet been solved. It's the power of the internet, books, videos, and, most importantly, other people who have experienced things that you haven't yet experienced. This pre-existing knowledge can be leveraged, learned, and experienced vicariously. It takes much less time, but can still bring you to a better position, where you can surpass the past limits of your knowledge, continue to learn more, and then eventually pass that on further. I always used to think learning was linear. You learn one thing plus one other thing, and that's two things. But if you look at the much bigger picture, learning is exponential. You may learn one thing now, but the time it takes to learn it is so much shorter that you have plenty of time to learn so much more. So in short, if you're trying to solve a problem or propel yourself further in life, your career, whatever it may be, start by using knowledge that's already out there. Ask others who have been through it how they did it. Find out what is already known, and by doing all that, you don't have to start from square one. There's nothing wrong with needing a leg up. It's what all our learning ultimately stems from. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe to the Unfold channel. I strive to make videos that challenge stigmas, cliches and more while challenging myself to grow and learn as I go. If you've got any thoughts on learning, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you all very, very soon.